How's it going, guys? Coach Zaine Classen here from Port Elizabeth, born and bred in Utenay, Kariga. So my profession is a personal trainer where I have a qualification in exercise science, sports and conditioning, personal training and nutrition. I specialize in one-on-one training, rehabilitation training, sports-specific training, and for those that want to lose weight, I can help you as well. And for those that want to pick up muscle, I'm here for you as well. Basically, a one-stop shop. I've got a lot of background knowledge when it comes to training, as I've been training for the past 10 years myself as an athlete, a rugby player, as an amateur boxer as well. So how I got into personal training is actually a long story, but I'm going to try and cut it short for you guys, okay? So when I finished high school, in high school, I was known for sports. I was known for my 100-meter sprinting, my 200-meter sprinting in the district and as well in the province, as I did represent the province for my 100-meter and 200-meter sprinting in my junior years and up into my senior years in high school as well. So everyone had the view of, Zaine's going to go big, he's going to be an athlete. But Zaine never saw it that way. Zaine never understood that sports can actually make a life for him. So he went and did something more practical. So I was at Daniel Pienaar Technical High School, guys. That's why I matriculated. And what I wanted to do was do engineering, because that's what I was doing in my school times. It was a very technical school, so we had technical classes. We did pure maths and science like everyone else. And I enjoyed that a lot. So I did what was closest to me, and that was engineering. And I did that for about 2 years after school, and then things just changed in the company that I worked for. And then I was brought back from Johannesburg to Port Elizabeth, my hometown. I remember being without a job, and then the first thing I could do again was go in gym and work out. And that's what I did, because during the time of engineering work, you don't get much time to go to the gym, because you're either starting at 6 a.m., finishing off past 8. So by the time you get home, the gym is closed. And by the time you got to wake up in the morning for the next day, you're kind of tired. So your body doesn't allow you to do the exercise. So you just work. So I had the time to then focus on myself, and that's what I did. And I remember this was in Utenay, in a small town in Port Elizabeth, South Africa. The lady at the gym saw me, and she was like, because they knew me from my younger years as an athlete training at that gym. And they were like, where have you been? What have you been doing? And then this lady, her name is Tanya. I'll never forget her words. She told me, Zaine, you should become a personal trainer. And I looked at her and I was like, personal trainer? And she's like, yeah, look at that guy there. And then she pointed out to a guy that was doing it in their gym, and he was like, he doesn't even have a qualification. He's just helping the people out of fun, because he has nothing else to do, and he's making a living out of it. She told me then, with my background knowledge and with people knowing me, I could establish a business. You know what? I didn't even hesitate. In that moment, I went on my phone and I searched for a place where I could study fitness and sports. And I found a place called ETA in Port Elizabeth in Newton Park, where I then took the funds that I accumulated over the 2 years of doing engineering, and I paid for my own studies there in personal training and nutrition. So I started at ETA Port Elizabeth in Newton Park with my course. When I came to the college, I realized that a friend of mine that I was in high school with was also there. We then did our studies. It was probably one of the most amazing times in my life, because when I was studying, everything that I was learning came to me so naturally. I remember then going back to the gym, and I told the lady that I signed up. That very first day, there was a girl outside of the gym, an MMA fighter I can remember from my time. And she asked me, where can I get a personal trainer? And I was like, I actually signed up to be one. And she's like, you know what, I'll train with you because I trust you, and I know your sporting background, and I would like to learn from you. And since that day, at Buff Bodies in 2020, I've been doing personal training. I can remember in the beginning, it wasn't really much of an hassle. It felt like such a blessing, guys, because I'd go to the gym and I'd just be training with my headphones on, and somebody would come to me and they'd be like, I hear you're a personal trainer, can you help me? I seriously need to lose weight. And then I tell them, okay, this is what I was taught. Let's sit down, let's consult. Tell me about your pre-existing conditions, if you have any pre-existing injuries, okay? Any health conditions that you may have, so that I can get more of a background of my client, and so that my client can actually get to trust me. And then we build a good solid relationship and a good foundation. So from that time, I had a lot of people come to me. Honestly, it's been about 4 years now, and I must say I worked with about 200 to 300 people, because I've just been blessed in my business from day one. I think it's because I always had the mindset of putting people first, and I knew that it's not my time now, it's my time to help others first. And for the past 4 years, that is what I've been doing, putting myself a little bit to the back to help other people prosper. And honestly, I wouldn't change that for nothing. I do it every day over and over. So what makes me stand out from other personal trainers, guys? Honestly, I just feel like it's my ability to put others' needs before my own needs. Honestly, because in this business, I've learned from the beginning that it's not about you as the trainer. It's about the client's needs and what the client needs from you. So for example, if I get a client and they're telling me they need to lose weight urgently, they have to lose 10 kilos in a month, and we need to do it now. And I would sit down with the client and I think, okay, is that healthy? First of all, can it be done? Is it realistic? Is it achievable in the space of time which my client wants me to do that? No, it's not. So then I'd honestly have to tell my client, you know what, we can definitely achieve that goal, but it's not going to take us a month. It's going to take us maybe 2 months with a little bit of extra effort, and this is what we're going to have to do. Even if it means we have to walk the extra mile, I'm willing to then walk that extra mile with my client to get them there. Another thing about me is my natural motivation. You know, you get natural and artificial motivation. Artificial motivation is when you are motivated by social media, for example, when you need to put earphones into your ears to get a pump or drivenness from music. Someone who's naturally motivated can wake up and be ready. You are always ready. It's not about getting ready, being ready on the spot. That's also what makes me different, because when I wake up in the morning, whether it's 3:30 in the morning, 4 a.m. to get ready for my 5 a.m. client, I am ready. So when you come with a question, is this an easy or difficult profession to do? Guys, you get your easy days, you get your difficult days, what you make out of it. In this business, I've experienced most of the time an upward trend in my business, but now and then you do get those dips, and that's what makes or breaks you as a personal trainer. Especially when you're working in a more corporate setup, you know, it's very different to just being at a normal small gym where you know the owner personally. So in that, there are many challenges that you might face in this industry, such as, if you see it this way, one, competition, other influences. You might be your own challenge as well. I'll come to that, because if you do not look after yourself as a trainer, if you do not build yourself up as a trainer, you cannot build up someone else. And that's the first thing. If you look after yourself, you won't have as many insecurities. You'll have more trust in yourself, less trust issues, and then therefore you can help other people. Because I can promise you now, 90% of people that personal trainers work with are a bit insecure, are a bit self-centered, are a bit anxious. Maybe they have some depression. People don't just come to personal trainers to yap around and talk. People come to personal trainers to get help. So I take my profession very seriously, as much as what a doctor would. Because at the end of the day, we are healing and we are building people. So with that, being a personal trainer doesn't only mean you a personal trainer. It goes beyond that, guys. Because that means running your own business. And that is what excited me a lot, especially when I was studying. To be able to run your own business means you can manage your own time. And the people that you then work for have to pay you for your time. And then it's up to you, how are you going to use your resources to your advantage, which is your finances. Because unfortunately, being an entrepreneur means that you've got no provident fund, you've got no money to retirement money. You've got to build your pyramid, or what you would call it, because there's no company or no boss that's giving you a monthly salary. If you don't wake up in the morning, you're not going to get your bread. So you got to be disciplined in that regard. And I think it's so much more rewarding knowing that when you wake up, you're not waking up to work for someone, but you have the opportunity to build something great each day, to meet someone new each day, to be able to help someone new each day. That for me is just phenomenal.